So hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And on today's Sunday morning ride, we're actually going over the tops towards the Trough of Bowland. So we're just getting ready to go to Motorcycle Live tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Today's video is all about winter prep. Last weekend I stripped the bike, cleaned the bike, degreased the bike, did all I could to get it super clean before I added a full coat of ACF 50 all over everything metal and some of the plastics on the bike. And if you've not seen how I do that, I'll pop a link in the right hand corner just here. So we're just going to do a right just here. Signpost is Scorton, 7 miles. Little back lane, but it's got some nice little picnic areas and things down here. So what I'll do is I'll actually get off the bike and give you a walk round. Somebody commented in the last video, I think they're not a regular subscriber or watcher to the channel, but I don't think they've seen the bike before. And also I've added a new windscreen, as you can see just here. This is my winter windscreen from Puig, P-U-I-G, and it's their touring windscreen with the aerofoil on the top. Now if you've been a subscriber to the channel for a long time, you'll know that I did used to use this screen. Not this very one, actually I sold it, and then I purchased one back for the winter. And this is mainly to keep the air off my body, just keep the core of my body a little bit warmer in winter. Yeah, so that's an addition today, so I'll show you that. Temperature's about 4.5–5 degrees today, so very cold. While I'm at Motorcycle Live, I'll be having a look round at heated vests, but heated vests with a battery pack, not wired into the bike. I do like the battery gloves from RST. I don't want to be plugging in something and unplugging something every time I get on the bike. So we'll have a look at that at the show. Also, if you've got any bikes you want me to look at the show, anything you want me to add, I'll be doing some video shorts of the show and different bikes, not going into too much detail, because if there's any new bikes there, then I hope to get them on the channel in the new year as they get released for 2022. Certainly there's a few bikes that I want to see on the show, like the new BSA. Obviously BSA motorcycles are coming back with some offerings for 2022, so I want to have a look at those, have a chat to the guys there and understand what their marketing plan is around those bikes, when they'll be available and things. So as you can see, this road, nice and lovely. You got little streams and things, little parking areas for picnic areas and stuff. Really nice in summer if you're up this way. A little bit of blue sky trying to poke through there. But let's pull up on the left just here and give you a nice little walk around the motorcycle. Okay, so there she is, the Yamaha MT10SP. This motorcycle I bought in 2017. It's been a superb bike. If you're wondering whether I would upgrade to the new MT10 for 2022, absolute no-no. And there's not enough change to warrant me updating this bike. But yeah, so there's the front screen that I've added. This is from Puig, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, P-U-I-G. And as you can see here, you add the little black bits from the genuine screen just on here, and also I've put a little aerofoil that actually comes with this one. You can buy it without the aerofoil or with the aerofoil, and you can see here it adjusts, so I can adjust it up a little bit in a different position just to make it better for myself and the wind blast. I'm 6'2", so this screen actually blows the wind over the top of my helmet, but mainly it keeps my body, my core, nice and warm in winter. So that's the addition that I've put on. Obviously the bike's pretty clean. A few bits of muck on it after coming up the road just there. A bit damp in places. But yeah, so what I did, I ACF 50'd all of the engine, all of the exhaust. I did start it up and burn the excess off the exhaust. It smoked a bit when I did that. Yeah, it's all clean. And then what I do in winter is after a ride, I'll wash it off with fresh water and use a bit of muck off. And then after that, I'll give it a spray of silicone spray or something like that on the engine and the lower half of the motorcycle, just to give it that little bit more protection. On the back, you can see I've got my my Givi tank bag on a mounting system, That's what I keep my camera gear in. Just really handy for winter. Just saves me carrying a rucksack. And I'm actually filming, if you're interested, on my mobile phone currently. Seems the best way to do it. And I'm actually using a gimbal, which is the DJI Osmo 5. So my phone case from SP Connect is just here. So I've taken it out just to put it on the gimbal. If any of you are wondering what this is the Beeline sat-nav. This is the Triumph one, but you can get them direct from Beeline without the Triumph logo on. That's my preferred sat-nav. Unscrew it. You can charge it up and it lasts for about 30 hours and it works from your mobile phone. So plan your route, do whatever you need to on your mobile phone, and then that gives you turn-by-turn navigation. So the updates on the 2022 MT10 and MT10SP. On the SP, different colour scheme again, and one thing I don't like is where you see these slats just here that are very R1M and R1-esque. They've actually put a hole just in the top here that actually is just a hole with some mesh in that basically just gets the induction noise from the top of the airbox, meant to give a more pleasurable sound. But these slats do the same thing, so I don't know why they've changed that. I prefer the slats, so I'm put off by this hole they've just cut in there, and they've got rid of those. What else? They've got, obviously, on the SP, the electronic suspension, but they've upgraded it this year to the EC2 from Öhlins. I do like the electronic suspension. This has been absolute brilliant over the last 3 years. Much prefer it over standard. The front end, they've redesigned the front end, and I'll put a clip of the new front end on just now. You can see the difference. I think they're actually missing something. So what you see where we've got the slats just here, and you can't see the horn and you can't see the steering damper. On the new version you can, so I think they've missed a trick by not hiding that a little bit. The new one comes with a different reservoir bottle here for the radiator, and also where you've got the side panels just here, they've actually left those off, which I don't understand why, because it's the same frame. They've not changed the frame, and also they've just left the frame bare with the holes where that panel actually bolts on. So I presume you can actually bolt those back on to the 2022 version. The SP does come with a belly pan. This is one I added from Pyramid Plastics. It comes with a different rear light, which is similar to what the MT07 looked like. The bike is 2 kilos heavier than the current version, 2021 version. Actually 6 brake horsepower more and 1 Newton meters of torque more on the new version. But it's 2 kilos heavier, so it's irrelevant really. But anyway, yeah, it's a keeper. Plan to keep this bike. We're in an absolute lovely area in the Trough of Bowland just here, as you can see. Absolutely beautiful. And also you've got these lovely little rivers and becks running down the mountain just here. Absolutely gorgeous. Bit of blue sky trying to come through. So yeah, let's get on with the ride and back on the MT10. Now, I put a couple of polls up on my YouTube channel, and one was, what do you coat your bike with in winter? As in protective coating. Is it ACF 50, S-Doc 100, GT85? And I think out of about 250 votes, I think the predominant one was well over 50%. I think it was something like 63%. I must check the latest stats. But people using ACF 50, so it does seem to be the right choice, and people tend to love that product. I know there's a lot of other products on the market now in competition with that, and even one from MotoUK that they've just released and brought out, which is something similar. But yeah, I keep going back to the ACF 50 of old, and that's my preferred choice. But it was an interesting poll, and thanks for everyone that voted. So the other one that I put on there was, what bike do you ride? Is it a naked bike? And that could be anything from a super naked MT10 similar to what I'm riding just now, or a classic naked bike, or is it a sport bike, a cruiser, or an adventure bike? Pretty much the predominant one that came back on that was a naked bike, so that just shows where the industry's gone and what people have switched to. I know some years ago it used to be all sport bikes. I did think they were dying out. I think the manufacturers are killing their own business by making them so expensive. I saw the latest V4S from Ducati being tested by 44 Teeth Al Fagan recently, and I think it was only last week, to be honest. I think the video's just come out now on it. But that bike is £26,000 for a V4S from Ducati. And then the full Akrapovic system is another £6,000. Magnesium wheels that you can get as an option are another £4,000. So if you want the full-on track bike, you'll be looking at well into £30,000 for a sport bike. And how many people out there are going to pay £35,000 for a sport bike just to use on the track? I don't know. I just think they've priced themselves out a little bit, and maybe that's why people are going toward, you know, naked bikes, not just for the comfort, but just for the price, really. But I do see also that naked bikes and super nakeds are getting higher in price. I'll give you an example. 3 years ago, or just over 3 years ago, I bought this, which is the 2017 Yamaha MT10SP, and at that time, 3 and a bit years ago, to come out with fully semi-active electronic suspension front and rear was pretty fantastic. The bike still is fantastic today, but I paid £12,500 brand new for this bike. Now if you were to buy it brand new today, even this model, and I'm not talking about the new version, you're paying just over 15 grand, I believe, for this same bike 3 and a bit years later. I think that's gone up a little bit too much. Good for me, obviously, if I was to come to sell this bike, because it's holding its money pretty well. But what's the price of the new bike? The new 2022 bike. I haven't yet seen pricing for that bike. And are they going to price it similar? My feeling is it could be 15.5, creeping up towards 16k. The middle cc class is coming back, so you're getting a lot of 650, 660cc bikes now, even adventure bikes. So Triumph are launching the 660 Tiger, which is the same engine that's in the Triumph Trident, and that's a really good move, in my opinion. Now, talking about Tigers, Triumph are due to release the 1200 Tiger and announce it, and that will be next Tuesday at 12 o'clock midday. So keep an eye on the channel. There'll be a video coming from ourselves on that, and it looks absolutely epic. Would I get rid of the MT10SP? Probably, for that bike. It's that good. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, current feedback from Motorcycle Live. It's been going a couple of days now, and a few people say it's a lot smaller this year, which is understandable with the COVID situation that's around at the moment. I see Aprilia also are not attending the show this year, as well as Yamaha. Now, they were all at EICMA a few weeks back in Milan, but they're not doing the UK show. So what I'm planning to do, like I say, is I'm going to do some video shorts, just a walk around, quick update on the bike, if it's changed from last version to this version. You know, I've seen a few bikes, even just the paint schemes have changed, and I can understand that with them having COVID recently, last couple of years. The R&D teams and the development teams have not been in offices to develop the bikes for 2022. So yeah, so that'll be interesting. There are a few new ground-up bikes, and we will touch on those. If you've got any bikes that you want me to highlight at the show tomorrow, then drop a comment below. Always interested to hear what bikes you're interested in. And we'll have a look for a heated vest at the show to see if there's any deals. I'm in two minds really whether to get one or not. Winter's very short here in England if you're not from the UK. You know, we've got under 10 degrees down to 0 for the next 3 months, possibly 4 if we have a bad winter, and then temperatures are back above 10 degrees again and going up towards the summer. So anything above 10 degrees I don't need. It's only if it gets down towards sort of 2, 3 and 4 degrees. But now I've got this screen on, I can happily say that I've no wind blast on my body anymore, so my body is not getting any of that cold wind. So I might just not get the heated vest and just see how we get on with this screen. But so far so good. So if any of you are interested in a decent screen for your Yamaha MT10 for winter, highly recommend the Puig touring screen with the aerofoil, and it really does help that aerofoil. I thought they were a gimmick at first, but really effective. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Catch you soon. Like I say, be prepared for Tuesday lunchtime for the new Tiger 1200 video coming out. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, then hit that subscribe button, ding that bell for future videos coming up, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers, guys.